What is going on, everybody? It's Alex here, and today I am kicking off this series with the NFC North. Already did the AFC North, the NFC South. We already did the NFC East, and now we are going to the NFC North. So, Bears. Quick little background: I'm a Bears Steelers guy. I'm pretty much a Chicago Pittsburgh fan in all sports. I'm not really a fan of baseball, but I digress. But Chicago Bears, it's been kind of rough being a fan of the Bears. At the same time, it's been great. It's really weird. Been to the Super Bowl. We went 13-3 a couple years ago. Um, we got Khalil Mack. There's a lot of things that are going well for the Bears, but at the same time, we've never really had a consistent quarterback. Had Rex Grossman. Kyle Orton was probably the closest thing to a consistent quarterback, and that's a very hot take because Jay Cutler wasn't horrible, but like he wasn't he wasn't that great. Uh, then you obviously have Trubisky, like Chase Daniels. It's like you there's nothing here. So this year I'm actually really excited because we have Nick Foles, and everybody thinks, oh, Nick Foles is just there to make Trubisky be better. And if he does, then I mean, hey, I'm glad with a better Trubisky, but I want Nick Foles. Like Nick Foles he's a clutch player, and he all he has to do is be the precise game manager that he wants to be. And I think that this is the perfect scenario for him, and I love it. So let's kick off this. I'm not gonna hold you any longer. Let's do this. So for week one, Chicago is going to Detroit. Chicago is a far superior team. Like their defensive line is far superior to Detroit's offensive line. But Detroit's a damn good team. I know. I got somebody coming on my last video trying to call out Camel Wolf and I, like saying that Detroit's crap and like the Vikings and the Packers are way better than the Bears and the Lions. It's like I don't think that they really keep their freaking eyes open when they watch, and they definitely don't understand who the hell is on each roster because the Bears are way better on paper than the Vikings. And I mean, Kirk Cousins, I'm not going to take anything away from the Vikings. They're a good team. They're a fringe playoff team, but they're not going to do jack shit this year. They need some time to continue to develop their players. And what I think that they're going to, I think they're going to lose Everson Griffin if they haven't already. And Everson Griffin's taken a little bit of a dive. Danielle Hunter's great and stuff. We'll discuss this in the Minnesota vid, but the Bears and the Lions are easily contenders in this division. Like the Lions, people forget Matthew Stafford has been a great stat quarterback for a very long time, and the defense has just sucked. Yes, Matt Patricia ain't great, but they went 13-3 last year. I mean 3-13 because they had freaking David Blau, or I think his name is David Blau at fucking quarterback. Stafford got injured. This team has a lot of potential, and they have a lot to live up to. But the Bears are just so stacked on paper, and if you have Nick Foles starting, this is game over. So again, this is all assuming full healthiness. The Bears will love to get injured. So did the Lions. The Lions and the Bears are both just like always injured, I swear. But yeah, next week we're going to New York. We already discussed this in the other videos, and that's the unfortunate thing about me going through this type of style is that I can't just change games because obviously once I make a decision, it's stuck in stone. So it takes away from having to choose games here. But regardless, we'll still commentate on these. I'll keep the video shorter as well. But New York, they're up and coming, but their defense is just complete garbage right now. They need a lot of help. I know they have James Bradbury there still, but DeAndre Baker, like armed robbery, dude. You fucking serious? You're getting paid like $3 million a year. Like you don't need to rob people, especially with a weapon. You're gonna get locked up in prison, you idiot. So I feel bad for the Giants, but I think the Bears are going to win this one. Much better defense and a comparable offense. The Bears going to Atlanta. I think the Bears' defensive line is just going to eat the offensive line alive. And there's no real more need to explain that. Todd Gurley doesn't do well behind a shitty offensive line. So next, Indianapolis is going to Soldier Field. I'm giving this one to the Bears. You may be like, holy shit, Alex, there's no way in hell that the Bears are this dominant. I think they are. They went 13-3 with a Trubisky who literally could not throw more than like 150 yards in a game. They can go pretty damn well with Nick Foles at the helm. So Indianapolis is a great team. Great offensive line, good wide receiver core, solid quarterback, really good running game, hopefully, if Jonathan Taylor pans out and stops fumbling. And then the defense is up and coming. You got DeForest Buckner now, Malik Hooker, you have Darius Leonard. It's a pretty damn solid group. But they're going out of the dome, and I know Phillip Rivers isn't a dome quarterback, but at the same time, this is Soldier Field, okay? This is Soldier Field. Do not fucking mess with the Bears at Soldier Field. And Indianapolis is, Phillip Rivers is going to get used to being in a dome. And I'm going to be doing this division probably next because I really like Indianapolis and stuff. I would love just to commentate on them, but because they're like kind of like one of the teams where I think they could possibly challenge, if not win this division, even though I gave the Titans 4-0 record so far. Regardless, I think you're just going to Soldier Field. No bueno. Same thing here. Tom's going to Soldier Field. It's going to be Nick Foles versus Tom Brady again, yet Nick Foles has an even better team this time. And so does Brady. Brady has a better team. But you're going, the lights are on, it's Thursday night, and the Bears defense is better than the Tampa Bay offensive line, even though I know they got Tristan Wirfs. Pretty good, pretty damn good draft. I think it's one of the best drafts in the entire football league on the top. But I think Tom, he is pretty much at the level of Nick Foles right now on the Bears. Not Nick Foles, like, in his own environment. I think on the Bears, Nick Foles, because I think it's pretty damn good. And I think that this is going to be a fun game to watch, but Tampa Bay's defense is slightly worse than Chicago's. I think it's just going to be a very, very, very fun chess match. And it's at Soldier Field. That's a big thing. You're going to deal with the wind. I know Tom's used to it in New England, but it's Chicago, baby. Next, Chicago's going to Carolina. Guys, I'm having them win this one again. They're going 7-0 right now they're going 6-0 to start out the year. And Carolina, I believe in them. They're going to be good in a couple years, but right now they just need to develop that offensive line and that offense a bit more. Teddy Bridgewater's not the answer, guys. It's just the unfortunate facts. But I didn't finish off with Carolina. That's great. But that's going to be the next video. Love that, right, guys? But Chicago is just a far superior team to Carolina, and I think that they're going to be great in a couple years. I love the idea of Matt Rhule as the coach. Next, Chicago, LA. This is going to be a joke game. LA's offensive line is going to be eaten alive. LA should have really focused on the draft, but they didn't really. They got like skilled positions when they really needed to focus on the offensive line. Whatever though. Next week, New Orleans going to Chicago Sunday. It's Drew Brees leaving a dome to go to Soldier Field. Big difference. Big difference. Next week, Chicago's going to Tennessee. I can see Tennessee winning this one, but I'm going to go Chicago. I don't believe in Ryan Tannehill. I don't think he's going to be the same guy. And it's going to be a damn good game. A damn good game. I think this is a very big chess match. So this game and this game are both, and this game are all up in the air. So keep your mind out for that. Keep your eyes out for that. Chicago's winning 10 straight, guys. They're winning freaking 10 straight. Minnesota's going to Chicago on Monday night, and Chicago's going to beat them. They're going 10 straight. Chicago is a very superior team defensively to Minnesota's offense, just based in the trenches. And Kirk Cousins, he's not really the best under pressure, and he's going to be under pressure all freaking night long. So this is going to be a fun game to watch too. Next, we're going to go Chicago, fully rested, going to Green Bay. Sunday night, I'm going to the man himself, Aaron Rodgers. The lights are on. And you're in Lambeau. Lambeau is just almost impossible to go in and win. So I'm going to give them that type of credit right there. Green Bay's going to go into Lambeau, and Green Bay's going to be at Lambeau and going to kick Chicago's ass. Next, Detroit's going to Chicago. Chicago's stealing this one from Detroit. They're going to sweep the series. Again, just a far superior defense to Detroit's offense. And Detroit's defense is a little bit inferior to Chicago's offense. Next week, Houston at Chicago. You hear this again. Horrible offensive line. They're paying $22 million a year for a sub, like about a par left tackle. He's good, but for the value, they got really shitty value. So, Laremy Tunsil, that's the guy's name I was thinking of, but horrible move by the Texans, and their offense is just not going to be as powerful. Houston, unfortunately, is just going to have a big slump, and I think that Deshaun Watson is going to want out. I think he's going to want out after this year. Next, Chicago's going to Minnesota. Minnesota's going to win this one. Minnesota's going to be comfortable in their little dome situation. and they're gonna want a little bit of revenge. They're gonna be like, holy shit, Chicago's 12-1, and they're gonna shock people when Chicago gets to lose. I mean, right now they're freaking 1-5, but whatever. Next, Chicago going to Jacksonville. I don't really need to explain this one. Jacksonville, they have a lot to work on, and they're getting there. They had a really good draft this year, and I think if they continue to work through the draft, they're going to be great. I think Gardner Minshew is a good excuse to test out whether they can have a cheap quarterback for a little bit or if they can get Trevor Lawrence, and I don't blame them at all. So, cheers to Jacksonville actually, and they fucked over the Rams big time. So, cheers to them even more. Next, Green Bay's going to Chicago. Green Bay's not going to allow Chicago to go 14-2. They're going to be pissed off. They're going to be wanting to try to take the division. I don't even know what the record is of Green Bay right now. I think they're actually undefeated, but they're going to go into Chicago, and Green Bay is the one team I feel confident going into Soldier Field and actually winning. So, cheers to Green Bay. They're going to stop the Bears from having their best season in a very long time, if not ever. So, let me know what you guys think. You guys may call me biased, but I really believe in the fact that Nick Foles can lead this team to a very damn good record. And I think this defense is heavily slept on nowadays. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you on the far side. Peace.